Ramcharger is a mess, but today I feel like we're gonna actually make some progress. So if you saw the last video, we got the hubs assembled and everything to go back on for the front. So that's what we're gonna work on today. After I get that done, I'm going to replace all the soft lines and the master cylinder. I'll see how well or how long this video takes to get the hubs on, and hopefully maybe this will be the last video series, but maybe one more, we'll see. As far as the front brakes go, we're making headway on it. Finally, this thing is really dragged out and driving me nuts, so I'll be very happy to have this part done. No more other updates than I did get the drums in and got them painted and got them on, and they look really good. So I would like to try to at least get this thing off the jack stands today, so that I can use them on some other things that I need to get done. So okay, let me go grab the rotor and hub, and we'll get started with installing it on the front here. Okay, here we go, folks. What are you doing? You gonna help? I think he's gonna help. Got the spindle, I'm sorry, I guess hub surface all cleaned off, and I applied a small bead of silicone all the way around because these usually had an O-ring, and these O-rings are long gone, and somebody had actually done this before, so I'm not too concerned about that. But cleaned off. I also took the dust shield off because the one on the passenger side is broken, and this they don't really do that much. It's not gonna hurt to take it off. In fact, sometimes you can get rocks and stuff in there and mess some things up. So I think we are ready to go. Got everything cleaned out in here, so let's get the hub on. Also, for tools, I've got my inch and 11/16 socket, 12.7/16, oh 3/8, sorry, 12.3/8 socket for the hub bolts, and then all the goodies here. So I also have a torque wrench that we're going to use. So first thing we're going to do is going to put this thing up in place. So wish us luck. Here we go. Now it's got to go on some more, which I might draw it in some with the bolt. Oh no, it's not going to happen that way, huh? Let's look at it. It's getting stuck on something. No, we're just not quite there yet. Might have to get the dead blow out. Alright. Okay, head dead blow. You can kind of watch the hub. It's actually working, just kind of slow. Let me make sure I got the spacer lined up. Sweet. All right, so you're not gonna be able to see what I just did, but I just had to make sure that the spacer in between the two bearing races lined up, and now it's like going on in there by hand, which is fantastic. So I'm just using the nut to draw it on some more. Perfect. That was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be for once. Alright, so it kind of feels like it bottomed out there. I'm just going to pull this nut off because before we tighten it up, one, it needs a washer, but two, I got to get all these other bolts in. So now comes the job of lining all that up. Will it roll? Man, that's awesome. Okay, so just gonna get my extension here, and then I'm gonna try to look in here if I can see what is going on. So I can. Looks like a bolt right there. Let me try to run it down with this. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Find the next one. There it is. I'm gonna walk you on to setting 1, which is like really low foot-pounds of torque, because I'm gonna have to come in here and torque them all to 30 foot-pounds. Perfect. All right, now I'm just gonna torque them down. So, and it says to do them, like I'm gonna skip one, which will be like right here. So let me come down to over here. I think that's it right there. Okay, now we're on to the next part here, which is washer and then axle nut. I'm going to try to see if I can find where the, before I get too far in that, there it is. I wanted to see where the cotter pin hole was. So I'm going to run this all the way down. Socket on it a little bit, and then I'm gonna sacrifice, I think it'll be just fine, but I'll put my extension in there to prevent the rotor from moving, because this is not a automatic truck. This is a 3-speed on the column. And now we are going to, if I can find the right adapter, we're going to torque this to 100 foot-pounds. Alright, 100 foot-pounds. So we can get it there. Wow. It seemed kind of awfully easy for some reason. Alright. Let me make sure that that's 100 foot-pounds. It's on over, it says. Okay. Well, pull that off. We'll see if I can get the cotter pin in from here. There it is. Get this dude in there. Alright, that just took a little finagling. I didn't want to waste a whole bunch of film fighting with the cotter pin. But there it is. Sweet. Bingo! That dude is done. Fan-freaking-tastic. And look at that. It rolls like it's supposed to. Oh, I can't tell you how happy I am to have that part done. And let me go do the other side. The hard part is done. Man, both sides look good. Nice, and bearings feel really, really good. Re-greased. So now I've got to get into the hydraulic system. And the first thing I'm going to do is pull off the master cylinder. Which, I mean, heck, it might be okay. You know, I'm not 100% sure. But you know what? It's just, I bought one. We might as well just kind of go for it. I think it's in this box over here. Let's take a peek at it before we get too far into it, right? Man, I got a mess out here. Yep. Here it is. Looks really good. And I just have an epiphany. I think I'm going to paint it before I put it on. But still, let's get this one off. Alright, I have already previously lubed these things down and tested to see if I could get them loose without issue, and I can. It's a 9/16 wrench, gets the lines off. Alright. Please don't break studs. Absolutely one of the best things I spent money on was this Milwaukee. Sweet. Bingo. There it goes. And then, dang, this is a bad thing. So it's been leaking out the back, what means that power brake booster might likely be junk. Crap. I was hoping that wasn't going to be the case. Dang it. Alright, let's look at this, shall we? I don't think that had much of a chance of doing much anymore. So, it's probably a good thing that we're going to replace this. Check this dude out. This is the rear, and I guess it's braided steel, and there's no movement left in that dude. This is the replacement, which is not braided steel. But wow, what a difference there. And well, now both of them are off, and we already see the master cylinders off, so now I just gotta wait for some paint to dry, which that is what it is, right? And then I'll replace the calipers, and I'll show you all that. And then got a few things left, but we might cut it off there. Let me see how much else I get done today, and I'll let you know. Well, good morning. We are back at it again on the brakes for the Ramcharger. Wanted to show you guys, I got the master cylinder all painted nice enough, so it's ready to go on after I bench bleed it. So I'll do that here shortly. It's a much nicer day, so let me go show you all that. And I'm having a little bit of an issue with brake calipers, so let me show you what I'm talking about and we'll get started. Alright, over here I just got the brake caliper on with the new brake pads, and it's such a tight fit, and I'm not getting any movement from the rotor and stuff. You're not helping, you know that? You're really not helping. Anyway, I'm not sure why. I tried to compress the piston more, it didn't seem to really work. So let me throw the other side on and see if we have the same problem. If we do, perhaps I need to look into the different calipers with different materials, because you know, I don't know if they have different thicknesses, but it's definitely a little bit of a problem, and I am not taking these back off. It's not happening. Hardware is pretty easy on these. You got a couple different brackets and bolts, and the bracket just kind of goes on like this, and then you have a smaller bracket that goes on top of that, and then the bolt that goes through it, and there's a curvature that everything kind of lines up in. So this is actually all that holds the caliper on these older Dodge brakes. They use this design for a long time, actually. Cool. Bingo. Cool. So I'll bolt all that up here in a second, but I'm gonna go mess with the other side for a little bit, see if I can't figure out what's going wrong with it. There's something wrong with this guy. Again, I think these are like in too far, causing the issue with the brake pad. Just doesn't make sense that it's so dang tight. I might have to order another one, because I can get it on, kind of, but I have to bend it to get it on. That doesn't make any sense. Super tight to get on. Yeah, see, it shouldn't be like that. Okay, let me go order one. Well, just like that, go to the parts store, get the new one, and sure enough, that's what the issue was. There's something wrong with that reman caliper. It was coated, which is different. I went ahead and painted these just silver so they don't rust so bad. And we're in business. Everything is done. New soft lines on both sides. Hardware's all new and in place. I got this caliper on here. Got the brake line on as well. Got the front brake line over there on. Got the one in the rear. Master cylinder is on. Made a little bit of a mess. Could be worse. Hopefully I can dry some of that off. Now we just gotta bleed it, which I can't do right now. Got something to take care of, and so we're gonna do that. So I'll bleed it, and then maybe we'll see if we can drive a little bit. So hang tight for that. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. This is the brake job that never ends. Never, ever ends. So first I had to figure out how to get that stuff on, as far as the rotor and hubs, and how to get it, you know, off and on. That's done. New lines on. And then I had the bad caliper, right? So replace that. It's good now. And I just got done bleeding the rear and the front passenger brakes, and I couldn't bleed the front driver's side brake. And it would not bleed. No fluid was coming out of it. So I disconnected at the line to the caliper, at the soft line. Fluid would come out. I could actually bleed it from there. Tightened that back up. Disconnected the line on the caliper, right? So I pulled the line off, you know, the banjo bolt. It won't bleed. So check this out. A couple things here. First, this is the line, right? Brand new line. Stick the, I can't even pass a coat hanger through it. So there's something wrong with the crimp or something else, even though it's brand new. And then let me get some brake clean, right? I can actually stick the straw down it a little bit more by going into the orifice here, right? And actually go down pretty far. But if I spray it, it only comes out of one end. So I've hit this thing with that. I've hit it with an air gun. Either something is deadlocked in here, or this thing is crimped or something, but this hose is no good. Update. Maybe I don't have to go buy a hose. So by just playing with this brake clean and letting it sit, I'll go in one. Hey. So whatever was in there is now not in there. And let me try to put this back on and see if our issue is now complete. All right, so maybe it's time to have a victory. I'm gonna see if I can get this thing started again. I bought a new battery for it and I just tested it and it's working. I've got the fuel ran into the jerry jug right there. And we're not going far. I'm just gonna drive the bar around the backyard a little bit, see how it does, see if it stops, see if it gives any of that weird clinking noises the first time I drove it. So this will be the second time I drove it and probably the first time it stops under its own power. So I think I've got everything. I got the fire extinguisher in the car. Somehow the ignition switch is working again, so, or for the first time it's working, so I'll take that. Yeah, wish me luck. Let's go around the yard, and that might be it. I might try to drive it a little further once I fix the fuel system, but I need to kind of move some things around and start working on some other things for sick week. So anyway, fingers crossed. Let's see if y'all are ready for this like I am, right? Hadn't ran in a long time. All right, let's see what happens. Clutch is a little funny, but we have brakes. That's in low range too. Let's go inside. It doesn't like high range at all. Let me check everything. fires right up. I'm gonna try high range again just because I don't know why it doesn't like it. I wonder if the transmission is making low on fluid. Truck still needs some work. Definitely needs some work. Hear the brake booster. Well, it's not much, but I'm gonna take it as a victory because the brakes do work. That seems to be somewhat fixed. It needs a brake booster. Tommy was right on that. So that'll be coming eventually, but I can move it around now and I can start it from in the cab. I don't know how that resolves. Sometimes that electrical stuff just does it after it sits for a while, but as you can see, it moves kind of well. I have no idea why in high gear it doesn't really want to move. It rolls fine. I can push it back and forth so the brakes aren't locking up anymore, and it looks good, right? Still needs a little bit more work aesthetically, but I'll have to do some research as to what's going on with that trans. Maybe it's low on fluid, maybe there's something wrong with the clutch. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I've never really dabbled with some of this stuff, and I don't know how hard it is to rebuild standard transmissions. I don't think it's something that I could do, but I don't know. I just don't know what to think about all that because it's got a transfer case as well. So what's messing up? Because the motor seems to run pretty good. I don't know. Maybe I just need to get the fuel system fixed so I don't worry about that and try to drive it a little bit, put some miles on it and see if it kind of cleans out. Definitely gonna check the fluid and go from there, but at least the brakes are done, right? So there's a lot more to come on this project. Obviously it's not close to being done. We are gonna shift gears though and start worrying about sick week. So we got to get the Dakota ready. We got to fix the trailer because I still have holes in the trailer that need to be fixed. So we're going to be redecking this soon. Plans for that come in after the first of the year. Plans for that come in probably mid next year, and this is going to be coming up in the spring, which looks terrible right now, but we'll get it all cleaned up again. We do have a new motor for the boat. If you did not see that video, I'll put the link down in the description. So that's going to be awesome. We got to pull this dude out and put the new one in after we rebuild it and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff coming to the channel, so stick around. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. We really appreciate your time checking out our videos, and yeah, let's get this old girl back on the road here soon, I hope. And would be nice to like maybe take it some little trail off road or something, but at least I can move it now, and I'm gonna go clean up my porch / second shop, right, and go from there. So thanks again, until next time, you know the deal. Y'all be good.